Hello there, Moberly Motors. This is Coach Stephanie with your monthly review for the month of February. In the month of February, we ended with a 1.51, and that was a decrease from the previous month. We had a 1.84 in January. So, team, we definitely are headed in the wrong direction, and my concern is that we have 7 out of 8 of our calls that still need to be reviewed, and we're not going to get any better if we don't know where we're going wrong. So, please have everyone to review their calls as soon as possible. We also want to be sure that everyone is at 100% on their certifications. So please make sure that they go in and not only review their calls, but watch the certification videos in the areas that they've missed, and then go back and retake the certification test. That way we can implement the tips and the tricks that we learn into our very next coaching session. Taking a look at the call quality report, last month we ended with 1 call in the excellent category, 2 calls in the below average category, and 5 calls in the poor category. 1 call resulted in an appointment, and 2 calls were offline. So we ended with 25% of our calls offline, which the company average is 32.66. We are below that company average, but I'd like to see 10% or less, and it's definitely obtainable. 20.5% of our calls resulted in appointments, and guys, we realistically want to shoot for 50% or higher. The whole point of our calls is to get an appointment and get them in your door. You are below the company average of 33.26. 62.5% of your calls were in the poor category. The company average is 16.56. So you can see we're well below the company average in the poor category. 25% of your calls were in the below average category. The company average is 19.36. No calls in the average or above average, but 12.5% of your calls were in the excellent category, where the company average is 26.99. As always, Chuck is always your superstar. So Chuck actually had 3.16 last month. He had 2 calls, and I believe one of those was a 4.86 and one was a 1.45, which is really highly unusual for Chuck to have a call that low, but I think it was just an off day. It happens. So we do want to be sure, like I said, that everyone does review their calls as soon as possible. Like I said, we can't improve if we don't know where we're going wrong. But in the meantime, guys, if you need anything from me, please feel free to reach out to me if you have questions, comments, or concerns. Keep in mind, a coaching session, a one-on-one session, costs the same as a phone call. So if you would like, I can do one-on-one sessions with your team. I would highly recommend that you have some of your team partner up with Chuck, because he does usually a really great job with the script and is usually very consistent with that. I am going to be sure that I follow up with you guys in the next coming week. But in the meantime, like I said, if you need anything, please let me know. I hope you guys are having a great month, and I'll talk with you soon.